Cool. You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, so most important thing is how to turn it off and turn it back on again, hey? And the instructions are written right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not going to remember them because you're probably going to do this once or twice in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing it asks us to do is turn off the AC isolator.
Yep.
These are the AC isolators over here.
Yep.
Don't worry about which one, just turn them both off for me.
Yep.
Label the EPS and main switch in the Mod 6 board, please, Riley. The second thing it asks us to do is to turn off the DC isolator. The DC isolator is this big spring one around here.
Okie dokie.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a fair bit of effort to turn this isolator. This one's really easy, this one's quite hard.
Yep, yep.
To turn it back on again, we're going to do the opposite thing. We're going to turn the DC on first and the AC on second.
Yep.
Cool, that's it.
That's it.
That's how you turn your system on and off without a battery.
Alright.
Pretty simple.
Is that
hey?
like, does it say on and off on there? Like which way to turn it?
Yep, it does got a symbol on there.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and off is to this
And you
direction.
have to press the red
And in
thing.
fact, you can go ahead and turn it off for me now. So turn the system off for me now.
No pressure.
First thing you're going to do is turn off the AC isolator first.
Oh yeah, this one?
Yep. Turn both of those to the bottom. Push them both to the bottom.
Yep.
Cool. And the second thing you're going to do is turn off the DC isolator second. Turn that towards me. Turn it upwards. That's it. Good. That's it.
Yep.
System's off. To turn the system back on again, we're going to do the opposite thing. Turn your DC switch on first.
Yep.
Turn your AC switches on second. That's it.
Cool.
That's
And the
how
little red thing, do we need to press that? Is that for the kids, the lock or anything like that?
Yes, you can absolutely lock it in the off position if you want to. You typically wouldn't do it, but yes, you can absolutely. When that's in the off position, push that in and put a lock in there if you wanted to.
Oh, so you don't lock it when it's on, just if it's off. Okay. And why do we turn it off and on? If you tell us
We're
to.
going to go through those things now.
Okay.
Okay, reason to turn it off.
Yeah.
Someone's going to work in your switchboard. Someone's going to get inside your ceiling. Someone's going to wash down your solar panels. There's a cyclone coming. Any of those reasons, we're going to turn this system off. I'm not talking about a cyclone going in the Coral Sea. I'm talking about a direct hit like we had last year, where we're going to get big winds. If winds blow and break one of these panels and the panel is smashed by, if the wind blows and breaks a branch of a tree and that smashes one of your panels and water gets into those panels, it can start a fire on your roof. We don't want fires on roofs.
Yeah.
So before that big wind gets here, we're going to turn the whole system off how I just showed you to.
Yeah.
Once the big blow has gone past, we're either going to ask you to do some testing for us on our behalf. We'll say to you, right, go and do this, go and do that. What's it say to you? We're also monitoring your system for you at the same time.
Yeah.
So after that big, you're not going to just come out and turn it back on again after the cyclone. Contact us, or we'll contact you before the system goes back online again. Otherwise, you can start a fire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Someone's going to work in your switchboard. Someone's going to get in your ceiling. I think you told me your brother or someone did the wiring here originally.
Cousin, yeah.
Cousin.
Or some of it.
Some of it, right?
The new stuff.
Him or anyone else, a lot of electricians know nothing about solar, and as a result they can get themselves a good boot off solar. So when you get an electrician in place, tell them that there's two supplies of electricity.
Yeah.
There's two phases here and two inverters, so each in phase has the ability to be producing putting power onto those phases even with the main switch off.
Yep.
Okay. There's information stuck here and information stuck in the main switchboard and in the subboards to tell them that that's the case, but please inform them anyway.
Yep.
Now, come on in here for me for a moment. Righto, so the same switches, there's an inverter switch right there, and there's an inverter switch right there, and there's an EPS switch right there. All of those three switches could be used to turn the inverters off as well, but guess what, you've sort of turned the DC off.
Outside.
So in my opinion, just go outside and do everything.
Yes. So this will turn some of it off. This will do the first step,
AC,
but not
correct.
the second step.
Correct.
Okay, yep.
So, as you can see, we have completely rewired this switchboard. That's why we've been in here so long. That's a meter that's giving you all the information to your phone.
Yep.
We've had to change every single circuit breaker out to make the space to fit all this gear in here. This is the UPS changeover switch. This is a generator changeover switch. Let's go through the generator changeover switch first. If you want to use your generator, you are going to walk outside. You're going to start your generator. You're going to let your generator warm up.
Yep.
You're going to probably have your generator sitting right here. You're going to open this up and you're going to plug your generator in. Plug your generator in.
Yep.
Then you're going to walk inside. You're going to move this switch from the down position, the grid supply, to the up position, the generator supply, and you're going to turn that switch on as well.
Yep.
That switch and that switch, and you will be on the generator now. If instead you don't want to use the generator, you're going to leave them as they are. You have what they call is an EPS, an emergency power system. The emergency power system takes power directly from the sun and makes it into power inside your house, even if there's no grid here. It's got its limitations. It doesn't work at night time because there's no sun. It also only can achieve as much power as the sun's putting out. The most likely time for a grid out in Townsville, when do you reckon that might be?
Oh, when they have those...
When there's a cyclone.
Yeah.
100%. So how do you reckon the skies...
The substation blows up.
How do you reckon the skies will look if we have a cyclone?
Oh, there'll be no
Completely
sun.
black, 100%.
Yes.
So this 8,000 watt system on your roof will be flat out producing 1,000 watts in a heavy clouded sky.
Yeah.
So what's 1,000 watts mean for you? 1,000 watts will keep your fridges on.
Yeah.
Will keep your fans going.
Yep.
Will keep your power circuits on. It won't run your air conditioners.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're in an emergency power situation, I would suggest it's an emergency. Just use the emergency gear.
Can you put them away, please?
Don't use other things like air conditioners, pool pumps and the like when we're in an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Now, the hot water, the stove, are not backed up by the EPS. The pump, the power, the lights, the aircon. The lights, the aircon, the aircon, the aircon, the aircon, the power, the aircon, and the power are all supplied by the EPS. So you can draw far more power than you can produce. If you pull too much power through the EPS, it will trip out. Do that 5 times and you'll have to go and turn the whole system off and turn it back on again.
Okay.
To do so, if you want to use the EPS system, you're going to leave that where it is and move that one from the up position grid supply down to the EPS position. If you ever move that switch from the top to the bottom, make sure that you understand that you are now in an emergency power circumstance and we should reduce the amount of power we're using.
Yep.
Cool? Are you happy with those things? Good one. Okay. Next is your application.
So we don't need to do this bit. Hey, recording this bit, you're just going to teach me how to use the app?
Correct.
Yeah.